thank you very much. Kindly take your seats. In line with our program, we have an opening prayer, and we are going to be led by Miss Brenda Wagaba from Makerere University School of Public Health. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, good afternoon. Thank you for gracing this occasion. Let us humble ourselves. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to celebrate 70 years as a school. Thank you for the foundation that you have laid for this school. Thank you for the different people that you have used to bring this school to where it is. It has been a journey that has been only led by your guidance and wisdom. Thank you for the partners that we have established internally and externally, the people that have supported us as we have grown over the years. And now as we continue to progress, Lord, we pray that you give us the strength as an institution to deliver the best services that we can. Thank you that we are changing lives, we are impacting health, we are bringing forth professionals that are changing lives, but above all, we are changing our nation and the world. We give you glory for today, and we invite you to be a part of this occasion. We thank you, and we pray all this believing. Amen.
Amen. In God's name we pray for God and my country as Makerere University continues to build for the future. Yes, permit me to say just a statement that gives me a lot of joy. I am honored that as we celebrate Makerere University School of Public Health at 70, the celebrations are taking place in a building that belongs to, wow, I think I need an audience. Hello? Yes, as we celebrate Makerere University School of Public Health at 70, the celebrations are taking place in a building that belongs to Makerere University. Yes, but we thank all the members of staff, the students, alumni, development partners for ensuring that we are comfortably seated and we are enjoying the building that is called Makerere University School of Public Health, and this particular venue is the auditorium. You may wish to clap for your neighbor. Yes, and also, please let us welcome our guest of honor. As per our program, the guest of honor is Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, Deputy Speaker Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, represented by Honorable Margaret Muhanga, Honorable Minister of State for Health. Please let us welcome. Yes, and that is very also dear to us. Ministry of Health and School of Public Health are very instrumental partners in the transformation of Uganda and also in the transformation of our lives. Please let us also welcome the chairperson, Makerere University Council, Mrs. Rhoda Magara. The Vice Chancellor, Makerere University, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Finance and Administration, Professor Henry Naitwe. This is our very own, but our keynote speaker, Professor Fred Wahuro Mangeni. The Principal College of Health Sciences, Professor Bruce Chirenga. The Dean School of Public Health. Could we welcome the Dean School of Public Health? Yes, I know we are at home, so that's why I didn't mention the name. And all our development partners. Now, in the interest of time, Professor Wanyenze and Harry Marks will acknowledge the past deans directors and the key development partners that are here. So just to warm ourselves up, right? Makerere University at 100, plus 1 year now. School of Public Health at 70, right? And then we look forward to ensuring that we will ensure that the School of Public Health continues to grow, thrive, touch lives, and when we return at School of Public Health at 100, we should be able to tell richer stories. Permit me to invite the Dean, Makerere School of Public Health, that is Professor Rhoda Wanyenze, who is going to speak to us and also acknowledge the past deans and directors and the key development partners that we have in the room. And today's protocol is very easy. Professor Rhoda Wanyenze, after her speech, will invite the Vice Chancellor. And also the Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, after his remarks, will invite the Chairperson of Council, Mrs. Rona Magara. Welcome. Could we really welcome the Dean with the befitting hand clap? Yes. This is a very special day in the life of Makerere University, a very special day in the life of the School of Public Health. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rita, for welcoming us and getting us started. Our chief guest, the Honorable Minister, who is representing the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, and our Chair, Council, Vice Chancellor, Makerere University and the management team. I will stand on that protocol, but also acknowledge the Deputy Chief of Mission for the U.S. Embassy in Uganda, who is representing the Ambassador, Mr. William Bent. We haven't introduced you. We have him in the house, and the U.S. government is one of our key partners. And our other partners in the room here, all protocol observed. A good afternoon. Please allow me not go into the detailed protocol like Rita did, but I'll stand on that for all our partners in the room and all our friends who have been a part of this long journey. We are expecting Dr. Musano, who is the acting country director for WHO as well. And we are happy that we have a lot of our colleagues from the Ministry of Health who have been working very closely with, in addition to the Minister, the Director General, acting Dr. Laro is in the room, and we congratulate him. I think for many of us, we probably thought it's Dr. Mwevesa, but we have just seen off Dr. Mwevesa after many years of service, so I thought I should acknowledge the Acting Director General, Dr. Laro, so that you know his new capacity, but we also have the Director Public Health, because this is a Public Health Day. Dr. Daniel Chabayinze and several other colleagues from the Ministry of Health. We have our mentor, Professor Maswa, who has come here as well, and we're glad to have you. And we will also acknowledge our teachers in the room. Professor Namboze is around. It's always a delight to have her here. We acknowledge her and honor her. She has a lot of history behind her as the first female medical doctor in Eastern and Central Africa. And also our first female head of the Institute of Public Health. A lot of stories there that would encourage you to read about our history. Professor Sewan Kambo, thank you for coming. Dr. Christine Musano is in the room, I'm told. We're happy. Yes. Thank you for coming to join us, and thank you for representing WHO, one of our first partners when we were established many years ago. Professor Awire is going to give the keynote today, our teacher and former director of the Institute of Public Health. And we have a whole history. I hope there isn't anyone else that came in that I've missed among the former heads of the Institute. But when you have time and look behind in this room, you can see our entire history, right from some people you've never heard about, Bennett, Ongom, and several others who are the heads of our institute. We have all of them here because we want to keep our whole history in this space. Now, back to what I thought I would say to you all. We are really excited, truly excited to celebrate this day, to commemorate our 70 years of public health. And to do this also at the same time when we are looking forward and trying to learn from the past. We thought that this day should combine both the past, present, and future. And for us, it's not by accident that today we are looking 70 years back, but we are also looking several years ahead. And because of that, we are picking the lessons from the past that we need to take to the present. And I think one of our teachers and who supported us in developing this plan, Professor Serada, who is on travel, and Prof. Bazeyo as well, who were not able to come because they are on travel. But he was part of this process, and he said the more we change, the more we should stay the same in some places. And those were his words, and I'll mention some of the things that he feels passionate about, where we should stay the same. But I just wanted to say that significant improvements in health, and I've just heard our Honorable Minister, they say this, significant improvements in health of populations result not through the efforts of medical systems oriented towards the care of individuals with disease, but through the improvement of general social conditions. Housing, we've been talking food, we've been talking sanitation, and many others within our environment that we so often call the social determinants of health, but that has now expanded. We are talking about political determinants, we are talking about commercial determinants, and there are many others within our midst. And because of that, public health is such a multidisciplinary area where we are looking at areas that affect health. And now we are moving away from just talking about health systems to talking about systems for health, because we do recognize that this surpasses the health sector if we are going to make a dent. And there has been a lot of changes as we grow in the discipline of public health. It's now more complex, the challenges that we face. We talk about the geopolitics and how it affects health. We talk about the very inequitable growth and improvements in terms of health and well-being, that your risk of dying and your risk of disease in some spaces depends on where you were born and nurtured, and that an equal world that is fair should not be that way. So because of that, the public health discipline has truly grown, and Professor Raj, somewhere in this room, is advancing disasters and issues related to that, including refugee and displacements and such issues related to public health. So because of that, we have truly expanded, but we also know there are a lot of opportunities, including new technologies for advancing health. And because of that, we can no longer continue to do business as usual. We have grown over the years to be able to ensure that we are fit for purpose as an institution, but as individuals and the young people that we send out there. And because of this, several specialty disciplines have emerged within public health. We have now grown for our teachers from one program when I was a student myself, the Master of Public Health full-time later on distance. We now have 11 programs, and we've expanded. We are now doing programs in informatics. Among the latest, we are also going to start the program in health data science. So there are new areas that are emerging that we need to embrace and deal with. We've started a program 2 years ago in environmental and occupational health that's also addressing issues related to climate change and health as one of those that we are looking at. So we are growing indeed. And we are trying to ensure that we embrace that. But that has come with a tremendous growth. 11 programs now from the past, from a dozen students many years ago to about 1,000 students. And we have so many research projects now going on with a lot of partnerships that we have. And we know that at any one time we'll have about 150 to 200 research projects going on within the School of Public Health at any one time. We've also grown in terms of the productivity. Our School of Public Health team are really, really hardworking. We know that on average they have about 300 or 350 publications a year in scientific journals. But that's not all. We do a lot of work in collaboration with our partners, and we have had tremendous impact. A lot of the work that we do in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and related ministries, and we have direct impact in terms of the results that we produce. Some of the largest surveys that we have had the privilege to lead in this country have led to an overhaul of strategic plans and policies in this country. To name but a few, the TB prevalence survey led to a lot of shifts, including an overhaul of the national strategic plan for TB. Our colleagues in performance management for action, led by Professor Makumbi, have done surveys in family planning every year for the last 13 years, and these results are often released concurrently and supported by the National Population Council, the Planning Authority. We always have members of parliament and all the other key actors. And Dr. Laro, the Director General now, has been one of the co-facilitators of this with his team. These results have led to changes, including all the new documents and the accountability frameworks for Uganda that have just been developed. And we hope we can hear some of these from our partners. The work that we do, therefore, is not just work that we send out in scientific journals, but work that leads to real impact in terms of changes in this country. And we have embarked on a process where we can fully document the process and what it is that makes us successful so that this can be used. And perhaps the entire university can borrow from what we do as well, because sometimes I hear everyone says we are in the ivory tower, we are not translating enough. No, that does not apply to the School of Public Health, because we are in the field, we are in the community. And the last time that I checked, more than 80% of the staff in the School of Public Health were serving on a technical committee or a governance committee, either within the Ministry of Health or other implementing organizations, including community organizations. That makes us really rooted within what's going on. And because of that, when we talk about the questions we are going to answer, they are questions that are derived from real life experience. And we have the opportunity to also utilize those platforms to share our evidence and ensure that it leads to action. This is a model that we've started documenting, and we hope that it can be useful to the rest of the university. But I just want to also highlight that we have more to do. The challenges in public health are growing, and we are doing our best to make sure that we contribute not only in Uganda, but the continent. And in our growth, over the last 5 to 6 years, we've partnered with and worked with universities and other research institutions in 25 countries within Africa. So we always say that if you want something to catch up in Africa and very quickly in public health, come to the School of Public Health at Makerere and you'll be there. Because we have utilized the platforms that our teachers set up, the platform of the public health schools in Africa, that where the School of Public Health in Makerere was a co-founder, is one of those that we are very active in, and we continue to utilize that platform at the regional level. But the School of Public Health was also a founder in the Field Epidemiology Network, AFENET, that many of us know, and for a long time it was accommodated within the School of Public Health. We continue to work with them, and Dr. Susan Chiwanuka, who is here, is our representative as the board member for AFENET. So we do have a wide network of those networks that you developed, predecessors, and that we have supported up to today. And the more we change, the more we stay the same. We have learned that our big success and impact out there has been driven by wide networks, partnerships within Uganda and within other countries in the region as well as globally. And this is one of those things that we are going to nurture. And because of that, we do have Brenda, who is supporting us. She has developed our partnerships strategy so that we do not take partnerships for granted, that moving forward we can be more strategic, deliberate around nurturing and sustaining these partnerships. That's one of those that we'll take from our history that I would encourage you to read. We are rooted in communities. Our teaching and learning is rooted in the community. It's public health schools without walls, because we teach more outside than we do teach inside the walls. But it comes with a big price tag. And for this, we'd like to appreciate the partners that supported us to start this program in a nice way. Support from the Rockefeller Foundation that supported our development of this program as well as the distance program. And we got support technically from the US CDC, US government supported us, starting with Dr. Mark White long ago and Dr. Larry Maram. It's now more than 30 years since we started working together on that program, Public Health Schools Without Walls, and I hope we can nurture that and sustain it. And deliberate knowledge translation, a strong pipeline of researchers and teachers that are of a very high caliber, and we don't just look at grades, but also the culture. Suzanne would like to hear me say this. She says, it's not about CGPAs, it's about many things. And it's about the culture and their intentions and their passions. So we are looking at that as well, and we are going to sustain that. And finally, I would like to appreciate everybody that has been part of this journey. As you will see, and I will encourage you to scan, there's something that is reading there, Scan Me. I don't know if you've seen anything like Scan Me near you. Scan Me will take you, Brenda, I hope the first Scan Me is about the Marcus PH at 70 magazine. Yes, you can get our story there. We may get a few copies, but our team is now working on climate change and health. They've just led, together with Ministry of Health, the development of the National Adaptation Plan to Climate Change for Health, the first one in Africa, by the way. And Dr. Isunju was the key focal point in that. And they would like us to lead by example. If we can avoid printing, we will do so. Scan Me and get our Legacy magazine and read about that story. You will see all our partners. But you can also scan Me for the strategic plan, and it's coming your way. So thank you so much, the core partners that started. I saw Mr. Stephen Rwanga. I don't know if he was here at the beginning. Mr. Stephen Rwanga, we need to see you. Mr. Stephen Rwanga was among the people that were at the core when we started, and he was leading biostatistics. And we started from the goal, not only supporting Uganda, but later on supporting several countries in Africa in partnership with WHO in terms of biostatistics and analytics. Thank you for taking your time to come. But thank you, WHO. We come that far. So 70 years, we've walked that journey with you right from the beginning. Rockefeller Foundation, the first person that they supported here also is one of those that mobilized funding to put up the home. Saxton, Dr. Saxton, and also mobilized funding from partners that supported the building where we are in Mulago, to which the Rockefeller Foundation contributed, and other partners, as you'll see in our book. So we've come a long way with some of these partners that have been walking this journey with us. UNFPA, UNICEF, UNHCR, World Bank. These are some of the partners that we started with many years ago. And we have universities that have worked with us for almost half that time. And Johns Hopkins is one of those. I was surprised when I saw the first MOU we signed with Johns Hopkins 5 years ago, and it was already 25 years old. So we have some of these universities that we've worked with for a long time. And Johns Hopkins is also the recipient of one of the grants that support this building that we are working on now, without overhead costs, if you know what that means to a university. To receive that money from USAID, American Schools and Hospitals Abroad, So when you leave this building and you have some time to walk by, you'll see that tower that's coming up now on the 6th floor. That's going to be our new home, to which we have a contribution of funding from the U.S. government that comes through Johns Hopkins University. Thank you, our teachers. I saw Professor Konderule as well. Professor Konderule taught us. When I see him, I remember odds ratios. I remember odds ratios, and Professor Konderule taught us many years ago. We really do appreciate that our teachers are all here. Thank you for coming, and thank you for contributing to the story. This story we reconstructed with all our teachers. That's the power. Professor Namboze told us a whole story. Read about her there. Professor Bukenya gave us his story. We did a focus group with Professor Konde, Mr. Stephen Luanga. We talked to many people. The late Professor Kakitahi was in that picture. We still have that picture of 4 of you in that focus group when we were reconstructing the history of our school. And Professor Serada led that focus group discussions. Professor Bazeyo also gave us his story for us to reconstruct this, and he's there. You're very welcome, Professor Bazeyo. Professor Bazeyo must be straight off the plane because I was told he was traveling and he would not come. We do appreciate you very much for your love for us, Professor Bazeyo, and for coming, so that I don't thank you in absentia because I was just doing that right now. But it's so good to have you coming. But I just also wanted to end by saying that we are who we are because of the strength of these people that laid this very strong foundation for us. And when I was asked what is it that makes us special, I said very strong successive leadership, because leadership is everything if you want to grow and sustain something. And these days we talk a lot about sustainability. And when people ask, I say, yes, infrastructure, we need it. We've grown. The biggest sustainability we need is people, because they groomed us, and here we are building. So they didn't leave us the building, but we are doing it. And those that come after us are going to sustain it and even do more. So sustainability, it's about the people, it's about the quality, and especially it's about the commitment and the heart to build for the future. Thank you so much, my colleagues in the School of Public Health. This is the most hardworking crew anywhere that I've had the privilege to work with. And if you want to know how hardworking this team is, try coming to the School of Public Health at 7:15 or 7:30 and look for where to park. You will think that we park our cars overnight. In Mulago, it's full, and we've now started saying there's a limit, you must go home. So we have a time limit for when they must go home, because we must lead by example in physical and mental health. And thank you for being very hardworking. I was just looking at our numbers, and we've just processed more than 200 students who are going to graduate in January, and these are all master's students. And that represents 200 vivas. When you go into the threshold of a viva panel, you know just what we've done. In the past few weeks, we had a viva every day from Monday to Friday, but we've been able to do it. And thank you to our students, to our research associates, the future of the school. Thank you for your commitment, for your hard work. I need to tell you that the biggest growth we've had over the last 5 years, about 2 to 3-fold in our research and research outputs, has been from the young people. When I came in, one of the things that struck me is just how most of the grants were by professors, and most of the young people did not have so much. And we started a program to support the young people, and all the growth we've had has been from these young people. Many of them have surpassed our own productivity, and we celebrate them because that tells us that we are sustainable. Thank you, research associates. Thank you, our students. I know several are following us online. Thank you, our district mentors. We have some district mentors here. Thank you for coming. Right from the time I was a student, we had permanent training sites within the districts, within the Ministry of Health, because we are public health schools without walls, and you are really the cornerstone of public health schools without walls. Thank you, everyone, for coming. You make this day very special. And we really do appreciate you as we shape health and build for the future. You'll see that we purpose to shape health and build for the future. Scan me, and you can see that in our strategic plan that we are launching today. Thank you very much. It looks like I didn't hear some instructions from Rita. Okay, all right. So, Mr. Vice Chancellor, thank you for coming. And I was to invite you. That's the instruction I missed. I need to learn to be a better student, so apologies. I take this honor and pleasure to invite you to speak to us, but also as you come, to thank you very much for all the support that you've given us, and you and the council for all the honor, especially for making us, what are we being called, an independent school, or is it? The Vice Chancellor will say that. I don't want to preempt. We are so excited and we'll need to celebrate that today, but I left it out for you. You're welcome, Mr. Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, to speak to us.
Our guest of honor, the Honorable Margaret Muhanga, Minister of State for Health in charge of primary health care, who is representing the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, the Chairperson of Council, Mrs. Lona Magara, members of Council who are here, the Deputy Vice Chancellors and members of management, the Deputy Chief of Mission of the United States Embassy, the Country Director, Center for Disease Control, the Director General Health Science Services, Minister of Health, the Principal of the College of Health Sciences, the Dean of the School of Public Health, the past deans of the school, the Guild President, Mr. Vincent Nsamba, the most progressive Guild President I have ever worked with. Not only does he discourage strikes, he actually looks for solutions. Distinguished guests, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and our partners, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mackay University. On the occasion of the celebration of 70 years of the School of Public Health at Mackay University, I want to congratulate the school on this major achievement. Congratulations. From very humble backgrounds, the School of Public Health is easily our flagship as far as research and community engagement are concerned. Since its inception, the school has contributed a lot to enhancing public health around the country. It is not an overstatement to say that the School of Public Health has been instrumental in keeping our country safe, especially through the epidemics that so much love our country. There have been many successful projects accomplished under the School of Public Health, but let me just say that in the onslaught of probably the worst epidemic that has affected our country, HIV, the school was quite pertinent in looking for solutions for the control of HIV. Professors like Professor Serwada and others were very instrumental in making sure that the country made the right decisions in the fight against HIV. You can say the same about COVID-19, Ebola, and other diseases and epidemics. But that is not all. I know that in the beginning, the school was also responsible for the introduction of nutrition centers around the country. I know that they were responsible for the introduction of the Mwana Mugimu at Mulago Hospital, and many other nutrition centers around the country. The Kasangati Health Center is maybe our most important community engagement project as far as Makerere University is concerned, because this one goes out to the public to educate them on how to keep a healthy environment and to keep healthy within the communities. When it comes to research, of course, the school, as I have said, is our flagship. The school brings in almost 50% of all research grants, both in number and in value. So the School of Public Health, you can say, is responsible for Makerere's achievements and high ranking globally in many ways. And they are not just doing research for its sake, because universities should no longer do research for its sake, but research that supports the communities. At an occasion where I was with your colleague, Honorable Muhanga, your minister, the Honorable Acheng, she confessed that I don't know how we would run the ministry without Makerere University. And I knew she was talking about the School of Public Health. So as you can see, the School of Public Health has contributed immensely to making Makerere the great university that it is. I should have Honorable Minister and the Chair Council introduce our visitors. We have a team from the University of Uganda in Ethiopia with whom we have just signed a memorandum of understanding this morning. Are they here? They are coming, they are not yet in here. Globally, we in academia are now addressing what we call sustainable health, environmental health, and planetary health. And these are the keywords that we now use when we are talking about health generally. The University Council has decided to make the School of Public Health a standalone school. And I'm surprised that Professor Wanyeze forgot what they are called. But maybe, as you said, you are so excited that you actually forgot what you are called. You are called a standalone school with the status of a college. We believe this should empower the school to do even more in research and community engagement than it has done before. Of course, I am aware that the school, in partnership with the Karolinska Institute, has established the Center for Sustainable Health. This is a big innovation and a big initiative that is helping researchers research issues of how the environment or how we treat the environment affects the health of people and the health of animals. So I do believe with the new mandate of the standalone school, the School of Public Health is going to do even much more research, particularly applied research, applying all the knowledge that we have, that we generate here at university, to support our communities, to keep the communities, to keep our country, and to keep people globally healthy. Because as we know, a healthy country is a wealthy country, but without health, we are all doomed. The school will not be where it is now without the support of organizations like the Rockefeller Foundation, WHO, CDC, NIH, Wellcome Trust, Johns Hopkins University, Karolinska Institute, University of Bergen, and very many others. But most importantly, without the support of the government of Uganda and the Council of Makerere University. So to these partners of the School of the Public Health and, of course, Makerere University, I would like to say thank you very much for working with us, because you held our hands as Makerere came out of the difficult history we had when very many of our faculty fled the country and the research had come to a halt. So actually, as we celebrate Makerere as a major research university, we should remember that just 30 years ago, there was practically no research that was being done because of the difficult history. So all these partners have helped us in a very short time to return to our position globally. As we celebrate 70 years, I am really very proud of the staff of the School of Public Health. And I must congratulate all of you again for your initiative of constructing a new home, because this was an idea by staff who decided that they would put their own money to build a new home for the school. I remember very well that Professor Vazeyo used to come to the office and is telling me how they are going to build a new building for the school, and ask him, where are you going to get the money? So we are saving the money ourselves. So I must congratulate you for that show of patriotism. And the leadership, of course, the project started with Professor Vazayo, now it is being realized by Professor Wanyenze. I must congratulate the school on this great achievement. I know that many people have come to give you a hand, but I doubt that if you had not started by yourselves, anybody would come to give you that support that you are getting now. We have received support from various stakeholders, as the Dean has said, so I will not go into that. And to all of those people who have supported us, I want to say thank you. However, the building is not complete. We have just done a small part of the first phase. The bigger part is yet to be done. And I want to take this opportunity to call upon all our stakeholders, including the government of Uganda, through you, Honorable Minister, to give a hand to the school to complete this project. Indeed, I want to appreciate the government's role in making Makerere University what it is and making the School of Public Health what she is now. Our President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has been a champion for health in this country and always supports Makerere University to play her role, especially when we have epidemics. He understands that without good health, there cannot be progress in the economic development of the country. I want to thank him for supporting us as we too try to support the government's program. I congratulate the leadership and management of the School of Public Health and the university in general. I congratulate the University Council on this occasion and look forward to more decades of transformation as we continue increasing our impact and relevance to the people of Uganda and globally. Once again, congratulations as we build for the future. It's now my honor and privilege to invite the chairperson of council, Mrs. Lona Magara, to address us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice Chancellor. The Honorable Minister of State for Health, representing the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Margaret Muhanga, the development partners present, the Director General Health Services, Ministry of Health, all the other Ministry of Health officials present, the council members present, the Vice Chancellor, Makerere University, together with your management team, the Principal of College of Health Sciences, the Dean, our celebrated Dean of School of Public Health, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and partners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is both a privilege and an honor to address this very distinguished gathering as we commemorate the 70th anniversary of Makerere University School of Public Health. This remarkable milestone stands as a testament to the school's unparalleled legacy in public health education, research, and community service, not only in Uganda, but on the global stage. reflecting on the journey of the school from its origins as a small department to becoming one of Africa's leading public health institutions, we witness a narrative of transformation, visionary leadership, and an enduring impact on both national and international health systems. 70 years is indeed a significant achievement, embodying resilience, commitment, and the relentless pursuit of excellence demonstrated by successive generations of leadership. And once again, riding on Professor Rhoda's earlier comment, I really want to acknowledge the previous leadership that has made this college stand tall as it is. You have done an incredible job. We thank you. I commend the outstanding contributions of the school's faculty, the researchers, the administrative staff, the students and alumni, whose dedication has shaped Makerere University School of Public Health into the institution it is today. Through advanced research and impactful contributions to public health policy, the school has touched the lives of millions across the continent. The achievements of its alumni resonate not only in Uganda, but also across regional and global organizations, continuing to advance the vision of healthier and stronger communities. It is important to acknowledge that these accomplishments were not achieved in isolation. They are the results of strategic partnerships and collaborations with stakeholders who share our vision. Together, we have demonstrated a collective effort and an unwavering dedication to achieving meaningful outcomes. I extend my deepest gratitude to our partners, including the Ministry of Health, government agencies, development partners, and non-governmental organizations for their steadfast support. Your contributions have extended the reach and deepened the impact of the school's programs, and we thank you for your unwavering belief in this mission. As we celebrate these 70 years of impact, we look to the future with great anticipation. The launch of the 2025-2030 strategic plan marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Makerere University School of Public Health. This visionary roadmap outlines ambitious goals that will guide the school through its next phase of growth and service. If history has taught us anything, it is that no challenge is insurmountable when purpose is met with action. The obstacles we have overcome in the past serve as a testament to the power of collaboration, courage, and commitment. And as chairperson of the Makerere Council, I assure you of our unwavering support for this vision. The leadership required to fulfill this mission must be intentional, committed, and driven by purpose. The future of public health depends on our collective ability to lead with integrity, innovate boldly, and act decisively. And therefore, I call upon all stakeholders, the policymakers, government, development partners, our alumni, the private sector leaders, and academic institutions to contribute actively to realizing this vision. Let us lead with innovation. Let us act with compassion and serve with humility. Together, we can build a healthier and more equitable future, not only for Uganda, but for the entire region. In closing, therefore, I firmly believe that the best days of the Makerere University School of Public Health lie ahead. The seeds of excellence planted over the past 70 years have taken root, and it is now our responsibility to nurture them with purpose and vision. As we embark on this new strategic journey, I'm filled with hope that through shared responsibility and determination, we will shape a future that honors our past while embracing opportunities yet to be imagined. Thank you once again, School of Public Health, for your dedication, your trust, and your commitment to building a healthier, stronger Uganda. May we all remain united in purpose, inspired by our history, and guided by a shared vision for transformation. God richly bless you and have a great celebration of 70 years and many more to come. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of Council. Yes, from all the speeches, we are here to celebrate tremendous growth in teaching and learning, research and innovations, knowledge transfer, and valuable partnerships. And I'm so glad that today the Vice Chancellor and the Chairperson of Council have pronounced that the befitting gift is in form of a standalone School of Public Health. Yes. Thank you very much, Makerere University Council, Makerere University Senate, and Makerere University Management for this status. Growth, systems for health, multidisciplinarity, and then from one program to 11 programs. Yes, in line with our program, let us listen to sounds that are befitting this type of celebration. 70 years, and also as we look for many more years of research, innovations, impact, and transformation. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Tweyanze abakulu tweyanze mwana tweyanze ndigenda n'abaana tweyanze abalungi abagalwa mama ng'ambe ng'alenga abakyala n'abaami nyimba Luganda munyani kulwabange lwaleero Abaganda gye muli mu tteeka lulwako lwaleero mama tweyanze ndigenda n'abaliwo mama ng'ambe ebiryo oluyimba n'engoma tweyanziza mama tweyanze abalungi abagalwa tweyanziza abaana abazinyi tweyanziza mama tweyanze abalungi abagalwa lwaleero mama kasasita bayikulu twatuuse lwaleero mama tweyanze ndigenda n'abaana lwaleero ng'ambe ng'alenga abakyala n'abaami lwaleero mama tweyanze abalungi abagalwa lwaleero mama tweyanze abakulu tweyanze lwaleero mama tweyanze ndigenda n'abaana lwaleero mama tweyanze lwaleero ng'ambe ebiryo oluyimba n'engoma lwaleero nyimba mpola mpola obulago osinderere lwaleero nyimba mpola mpola temunda bengereka lwaleero mama tweyanze abalungi abagalwa lwaleero mama ng'abanga agawulira lwaleero mama teyanze ndigenda n'abaana lwaleero mama teyanze abalungi abagalwa lwaleero mama teyanze abalungi abagalwa lwaleero mama teyanze lwaleero nyimba mpolampola kusingere lwaleero nyimba mpolampola temudabegereka lwaleero mama teyanze ndigenda n'abaana lwaleero mama teyanze lwaleero mama teyanze Zenjode ulira wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga mama zenjode ulira wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga mama zenjode ulira wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga ngambe ngala bakyala n'abami wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga zumukubenga bugana bunyumire wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga mama zenjode ulira wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga ngema ebiri ulimba n'engoma wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga mama zenjode ulira wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga ndoyenda musera kungoto mama zenjode ulira bulere bw'embuga mama zenjode ulira wabango yondo bulere bw'embuga jode baba Berekera muneneze, berekera masotala, berekera namunene, berekera masotala, berekera namuneneze, berekera masotala, berekera namunene, berekera masotala, nyini mo mulungi magalwa, berekera masotala, berekera nanyine, berekera masotala, berekera namuneneze, berekera masotala, berekera namunene. Abagenda moko yezala abalungi n'ababi omwana mulongo yagalira kulondola yezala abalungi n'ababi abagenda moko yezala abalungi n'ababi omwana mulongo yagalira kulondola yezala abalungi n'ababi ati nakula kisajja amaanyi gawulira nze okuba kisenge ngumi kiboto awulira yezala abalungi n'ababi ota simule mundu ota aya Mama baby to baby, mama baby to baby, baby to baby.
Thank you very, very much, the Performing Arts Department. We are going to transition into the next phase now for keynote speech. Now, I will invite our Dean to more elaborately introduce our keynote speaker, but many of us know him. And for me, as a father, as a mentor, as a teacher, and a lot more. And I think all of us have different things to say about our keynote speaker. He's just ideal for this event. So Professor Roda, to give him more, even more welcome and applause. Over to you, Dean.
Thank you. Thank you, Phyllis. Before I introduce Professor Abwire, I just wanted to acknowledge one of our key partners in the room. I don't know if he stepped out, Professor Stefan. It looks like he's, oh, he's here. Our grandfather. I just got a message from somebody with a red face. Our grandfather represents Karolinska Institute, 24 years of collaboration with Makerere University this year. And thank you for coming to join us. And I also got a message. So please send me more messages so that I'll hand them to Phyllis. Dr. Isa Makumbi. I was told that we can't talk about public health schools without walls, without introducing Dr. Isa Makumbi, Emergency Operations Center, Ministry of Health, and one of our teachers many years ago. But now, I'll introduce my teacher, my mentor, Professor Abwire, our director of the Institute of Public Health. His picture is somewhere behind there, for those that can see it from up here, as one of the leaders of the Institute of Public Health before we became a school. And when I started my Master of Public Health program, can you guess? 20 years ago, 22 years ago, Professor Abwire was the director of the Institute. And Professor Abwire, I'm not going to go into qualifications. He's highly trained, MD, MPH, PhD, and many things. And his many things, I don't have to go into that. But I think I'll speak to Professor Abwire's heart, mentorship, and nurturing. And I think that's why Phyllis says we can also say something really wonderful about Professor Abwire. He was so supportive as the director. And when we walked with him, to him with a challenge, he was always there for us. He was there to welcome us. He didn't stick in his office when we came. He was truly the face of the Institute of Public Health, and he made us love public health and especially epidemiology. Some people fear epidemiology and especially statistics, but he made it easy for us, and we really do appreciate him for supporting us. Personally, Professor Abwire was my mentor. when I did my fellowship in leadership at the School of Public Health. The School of Public Health started one of the best programs in leadership, and I was privileged to be in the second cohort of that program to teach us to lead public health programs and obviously also take our leadership elsewhere. And he was my mentor. As one of the members that started the Infectious Diseases Institute, Dr. Andrew Kambugu is here as well. Professor Wire was my mentor when I was attached to the Infectious Diseases Institute before it became an institute then. It was Academic Alliance. And so I do celebrate him in many ways for being the best mentor, among the best mentors that I've had in a long time. And when we thought, who is going to tell this story and who can speak on behalf of all our mentors and our teachers, the team felt he would be the person to tell us that story, and he can share this history, but also speak to any other colleagues that he's representing that are in the room or that are not here with us. You're very welcome, Professor Awire, to tell us the story of public health practice and policy and training in Uganda.
Thank you very much. Please give me a few minutes to get myself set up. I thought this works, but apparently it is not working. Thank you very much, Professor Rhoda Wanyenze, for those very humbling remarks of introduction. Our chief guest, Honorable Margaret Muhanga, Minister of State for Health, in charge of primary health care, representing the guest of honor. Allow me to ride on the protocol which has been elaborated by those speakers before me. The title of my keynote is A Journey of Public Health Training and Practice in Uganda. I hope you can hear me. And I'm going to ride on the 70 years of experience of the Makerere University School of Public Health, beginning all the way from the beginning, beginning with the Kasangati Health Center, which, as you can see there, was established in 1959. I'll trace the journey from 1959, or let me say from the early 1950s, all the way to present, up to the time we are here in this beautiful auditorium. And I'll take it step by step, beginning with Uganda's rich history of public health training. This rich history, some of which you have already heard, evolved through the Faculty of Medicine, the Department of Preventive Medicine, the Institute of Public Health, and the Makerere University School of Public Health. In the early 1950s, elements of preventive medicine were introduced in the medical school training. And I say elements of preventive medicine because they were not coalesced together as a subject, but there were elements in the different disciplines. So it was introduced as an academic discipline in the early 50s. In 1954, the leaders in the Faculty of Medicine, including the dean, and some of those who are also teaching elements of preventive medicine, really sat together and felt that it was in order to establish a department of preventive medicine. The discussion started in 1954, and this department of preventive medicine was established in 1957 within the Faculty of Medicine in the Clinical Research Building. So let me take some time to talk. Is this thing working? I was told that you face it up there and then it should be able to work. So if it doesn't come on, please you help support me put it on, okay? So the department which was established became the basis for teaching preventive medicine and community health. And I'll go into the details of why I should emphasize community health at this particular time. The students were oriented to the community as part of their preventive medicine teaching, and this was the beginning of community-oriented teaching, which eventually led into a community-oriented curriculum. This teaching was conducted in the Kasangati Health Center catchment area and its population. As you know, each of these facilities has a catchment area, and the population which resides in that catchment area is the catchment population. The students were assigned tasks to do while in the Kasangati community, which they wrote up as case studies. So over time, a lot of data was collected from surveys, from focus group discussions, home visits, and this data was archived within the health center. It was a very rich source of data. The department played a pivotal role in advancing preventive medicine in the region. I have just summarized for you the activities which were implemented within the health center, the health center as part of the Department of Preventive Medicine. But I want to mention here the great men and women who made this all happen. The pioneer head of department was Professor George Gale, and Professor Gale served from 1957 to 1962. Some of you were not yet born by then. And this was followed by Dr. Francis Bennett, Professor Joseph Lutwama, who many of you know, and Professor knew. He subsequently became a director at the Institute, became Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, and then ended up as Vice Chancellor at Makerere University. And then there was Professor Suleiman Fassi, who was at the department between 1960 and 1975. Let me take you to Kasangati Health Center. You have already had some description of the importance of Kasangati Health Center, which was established in 1959 through a grant from the Rockefeller Foundation. And this was a grant to support the Department of Preventive Medicine and other departments in the Faculty of Medicine to establish an interdepartmental teaching health center. So we are really very grateful to the Rockefeller Foundation for this initial grant, which was a seed to what really has happened in Uganda over the last 70 years. The goal of the health center was twofold. First, to bring all the disciplines in the Faculty of Medicine together and the health center so that would facilitate integrated healthcare and learning. Secondly, the goal was to establish a model teaching and service center to support the training of medical students in community-oriented healthcare. Kasangati acted as a model health center for integrated service delivery, teaching and research. And all this was done with coordination from the Department of Preventive Medicine in the Faculty of Medicine. Is there somebody who can control it from up there? Okay, that's the slide that I want. The center focused on facilitating community-oriented teaching. And around this time, the concept of community-oriented teaching, primary health care, and the health care at the lowest level within the community was very important. And so this really added to the significance of this health center. The services were delivered in a more pronounced interdepartmental manner, and because there were several departments of the Faculty of Medicine working together, there was a lot of integration that arose from this health center. This model became so successful that it was scaled up in Uganda and adopted in other countries. The leaders at Kasangati Health Center were Professor George Gale. You remember George Gale was the first pioneer head of Department of Preventive Medicine. He was from South Africa. He really played a lot in the conception and implementation of the Department of Preventive Medicine and also of the health center. He was also assisted by Dr. George Saxton, Dr. Francis John Bennett, and Professor Josephine Nambozi, our own. I don't know whether she's around, Professor Nambozi. Please wave and be recognized. You are most welcome, Professor Nambozi. So this journey, which I showed you at the beginning, starting from the Department of Preventive Medicine and the Kasangati Health Center, evolved over time. You can see after 20 years, there was again some activity. And this is the activity that we're going to follow next. In 1974, the Department of Preventive Medicine was elevated to the Institute of Public Health, the first public health institute in sub-Saharan Africa. Officially, this happened on the 1st of July, 1975. The people who were there that made sure it happened were Professor Lutwama, who was Dean, Faculty of Medicine, and Professor Fazi, who was the head of the department. Professor Fazi was a Zanzibari from Oman, and he really played a lot in the initial activities of establishing the department and also the Institute of Public Health. So the transformation from the Department of Preventive Medicine to the Institute of Public Health was not actually complete. Administratively, IPH remained under the Faculty of Medicine, operating as a mono-departmental structure until 2001, when it became fully autonomous. So although on paper, IPH was supposed to be autonomous with all the privileges and powers that come with autonomy, it remained under the Faculty of Medicine. It's very important to mention that funds for a 4-storied building, the building now in Mulago, which houses the School of Public Health, was sourced through a fundraising drive led by Dr. George Saxton in Europe and in America. That led to this building, the 4-storied building at the School of Public Health now in Mulago. And it has served for a long time, but as you may have heard, or you might hear even today, it is not sufficient space for the work that Mark SPH is doing. The leadership of IPH is shown there. We have seen Professor Faze, Professor Ngom was 1975 to 1980. Professor Josephine Namboze, I think we have seen 1978 to 1988. Professor John Kakitahi, 88 to 91. Professor Gilbert Bukenya, 91 to 94, and myself. I have 2 years, 2 periods beside my name, and that is because the first period was as the head of the Institute of Public Health before autonomy, and the second period was after autonomy was granted. Next, please. In 2007, the Institute became an autonomous school of public health with 4 departments. We went through an elaborate process of writing a proposal and submitting it through the various structures of the university to ensure that we were granted autonomy, and this was in 2007. Unfortunately, then we thought fortunately, this period was for 1 year, and in 2008, we became one of the 4 constituent schools of the College of Health Sciences. So we were granted autonomy, okay, to become an autonomous school of public health, and then we combined with the Faculty of Medicine to form the College of Health Sciences. The School of Public Health gave us a period of accelerated growth despite the restrictions of being under a college structure. A lot of the growth that you have seen and you have read about was because we were a school of public health. It quickly outgrew the structure, and the dean and her team sought to transform it into a standalone school of public health. We have been informed it is standalone and not independent. Although independent can also mean standalone, but nomenclature, we have to use the approved nomenclature. So these were the gallant soldiers at Mark SPH who made this period of growth happen. Professor David Serada, who you have heard is on travel. Professor William Bazell, who is here. Professor, please wave to the people who are here. And Professor Rhoda Wanyenze, who is the present dean. Now, let me summarize some of the milestones for you, especially those which are structural. 1923, Makerere Medical School was established in the University of East Africa. Remember, Makerere University was established in 1922. In 1923, Makerere Medical School was established in the University of East Africa. After, 31 years, the Department of Preventive Medicine was created in the Faculty of Medicine. Over those 31 years, a lot was happening. A lot was happening within the Faculty of Medicine, within the Kasangati Health Center, and it eventually came into the Department of Preventive Medicine. Kasangati Health Center was developed as a model training and service center, and the Department of Preventive Medicine transitioned into the Institute of Public Health in 1971. Next, please. In 2001, IPH was granted autonomy from the Faculty of Medicine and transformed into the School of Public Health in 2007. So there were periods of transformation, meaning there were teams within the Institute of Public Health and School of Public Health who are writing and submitting this proposal, and writing and submitting to the university management. And fortunately, they were responding positively. In 2008, we mentioned it became a constituent school of the College of Health Sciences. And now, come January 2025, we shall be a standalone school. Some academic milestones. There were many firsts in Makerere University Faculty of Medicine, and the School of Public Health. But very significant, in 1967, the Diploma of Public Health was the first postgraduate program in sub-Saharan Africa in public health. This was followed soon after by a similar diploma in University of Ibadan. And then for a long time, there were only 2 diplomas in public health in sub-Saharan Africa. These diplomas were based on the structure followed by the UK, and so they were more or less considered to be equivalent to a 1-year master's because the diploma was 9 months. 1976, when all the departments in the College of Health Sciences started Masters of Medicine in surgery, Masters of Medicine in obstetrics, Masters of Medicine in medicine, the School of Public Health, or the Institute of Public Health then, also started the Master of Medicine in Public Health, which was offered as a specialist degree. I want to mention here that there was a movement within the region of curriculum reviews and curriculum changes. And Makerere in 1990 started the community-based MBCHB curriculum, which was launched under the Faculty of Medicine. And finally, on this slide, the flagship Masters of Public Health program, Public Health Schools Without Walls, was started in 1994. What is the philosophy of the Public Health Schools Without Walls? The philosophy is that there is emphasis on development of skills and competencies and not just acquisition of knowledge. There were many programs around that time, masters and diplomas, which were being taught based only on acquisition of knowledge. But for us, what we did in tandem with the movement, the training movement or capacity building movement around that time, was to emphasize the development of skills and competencies. It also ensures a balance between applied measurement and management sciences, innovative instructional delivery using participatory methods, specifically problem-based learning and case studies. It emphasizes learning by doing through field-based training, and Dean Wanyenze did mention that there were permanent field training sites at the time when she was doing her master's, and these have continued to be there and are very useful for the field-based training that we conduct. 75% of the training should occur outside the walls of a classroom in a district-based field training site. It was not always possible to ensure that the students were in the field 75% of the time. Sometimes it was 60, sometimes it was 70, and so on. And as was mentioned, Dr. Issa Makumbi was very instrumental in ensuring that this was done. And Dr. Issa Makumbi represented the Ministry of Health on the management of the Public Health Schools Without Walls Master's Program. Next, please. We don't have time to go through a lot of the academic programs, but suffice it to mention that the school grew from 1 academic program to now 11 over the last 25 or so years. And the student population grew from less than 40 to greater than 900, which is 85, and of these, 85% were graduate students. The School of Public Health has only 1 undergraduate program, which is Bachelor of Environmental Health Sciences, and all the others are postgraduate programs. So we are very rich in postgraduate training, and we think that our emphasis as a specialized field should be at that level of training. This slide just expands a bit more. If you look down at the very bottom, what the programs are, and then at the top, you see the percentages who are located in Uganda, those who are currently employed, and those who are not currently employed in public health work. It means that many of our students who train to be specialists in public health, they are employed in the area where they want to be. And these statistics are from an alumni database, a survey which has been conducted that is available for the school. These are the top employers: Makerere University, Ministry of Health, Infectious Disease Institute, and some of the other partners that we have been working with. And this is the global destinations, and the distribution is mainly in sub-Saharan Africa, and in Uganda you can see we have a total of 500 graduates working with us here in the country. These are the partners that we have worked with. They are partners and collaborators. They have supported our program. We appreciate their support very much. And some of them also employ our graduates. So we thank you very much for the support that you have given to the school. We are expanding, and I'm coming to the end of my journey. We started in Kasangati, and we are ending here. And I say that cautiously. We are not ending here because there's more to come. But for today, this presentation will stop here, okay? And the ongoing construction is a very big milestone for us. It is a big achievement. I will not go through how it came about, but you have heard from previous speakers, it was not easy. But I think we have to congratulate Dean Bazeo and Dean Wanyenze for the effort they put into making this happen. And with that, I'll stop here and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, keynote speaker. It's an honor to have you here with us and to speak to all of us. So we will proceed into the next phase, but before that, I have been given the honor by our Vice Chancellor to recognize his guests and our guests to Makerere University. And these are a visiting delegation from the University of Gondo in Ethiopia. You're most welcome. We have the President and Vice Chancellor with us here, Professor Dwayne. Thank you, and your team. You're most welcome. Okay, we have a short video and then remarks from our partners. And I will do the introductions at the time. Is the video ready? Thank you.
Strong memories about the impact of the School of Public Health. Many faculty members in the School of Public Health went out into the community to study HIV. Suddenly people were dying. Some people had the belief that it was because of witchcraft. We used to overhear then say, oh, this man, he has come to say farewell to us. Tomorrow he will be no more. And we were wondering what it meant. It was after a few days that we learned that people who were desperately ill and they didn't want to suffer anymore. They decided to take their lives. And we were told many people would swallow the battery of the watch batteries. They swallow it in the evening, no morning, it's gone. I must say the Waka story was a masterpiece, because people were very eager to talk to us, they were comfortable. During our studies trying to see how much people knew, we got the apparent message that most people thought AIDS was witchcraft.
On the occasion of the celebration of 70 years of the School of Public Health at Makerere University, I want to congratulate the school on this major achievement. The School of Public Health is easily our flagship as far as research and community engagement is concerned. Since its inception, the school has definitely contributed a lot to enhancing public health around the country. There have been many projects. I can give very many examples, but let me just say, on the onslaught of HIV, the school was quite pertinent in looking for solutions for the control of HIV. With the professors like Keserwada and others, they were very instrumental in making sure that the country makes the right decisions in the fight against HIV.
One of the most memorable achievements I would like to highlight for the School of Public Health in the last 70 years is the establishment of Masters of Public Health program within the school. It started as what we used to call Public Health Without Walls, simply because this program was the first program we are aware of in Uganda, in Africa, that did its master program in public health, trained outside classrooms. That's why it was called Without Walls. 75% of the time, the candidates were staying in the community as part of the district health team to be able to have the skills and competencies that we had designed by practically working the districts. So it was an apprenticeship program. This was a huge departure from the usual way of teaching public health, which was men who come in and sit in the classroom. That was only left for only 25% of the time of the students. I would like to think that the impact this kind of training did on the students was extremely remarkable. I mean, when I look at the graduate of this program and where they are, they have made a tremendous impact, and I'm very proud of the product of this program over the years in terms of what it has been able to achieve. This program was initially funded by Rockefeller Foundation along with CDC, and in terms of implementing it, we tended to have technical input from John Hopkins School of Public Health and Center for Disease Control. And I think this program really is a benchmark of training in the communities, with the communities, for purposes of impacting lives in the community.
Everybody will agree that our biggest impact started with the schools without walls, where Rockefeller invested a lot of money, especially the human resource for Uganda. We had that tripartite agreement between the Ministry of Health, Rockefeller Foundation, and the School of Public Health. At that time, we started as an institute. Now, the tripartite agreement simply meant the gist of it was every district in Uganda would be headed by an NPH holder. And we looked to serving every district, having a district medical officer with a degree in Masters in Public Health.
When I joined way back in 1993 as a graduate student, in my class of the M.Med Public Health, we were only 5 students. And those who came in for MPH were like about 7, or they were a little more. It was a small number. At the time, we probably had only 1 graduate trainee, a very small number. We didn't even have an undergraduate program. It was small. But we have kept growing. The MPH has been a great program because, as I said, the future of ensuring that community health, public health is promoted is through MPH. It's a great program that is contributing in terms of the management of health systems.
I think that notion, if it was kept going, it would have changed the whole country. Because we used to take students to other districts to help the districts organize their data, monitor what disease is coming up, so that we could actually monitor very early epidemics happening. I really wish, even now, that that concept of public health school without war should come back. It helped us. We had a lot of funding, and that's when we went to research.
I couldn't believe we have been through 70 years of the school, but during this time, the growth has been phenomenal. Increasing numbers, increasing space, and increasing productivity. In the next 50 years, in the next century, what can we do better? I think we can do better in better identifying the talent that comes to the school, the talent that comes to the university, and we can do better in investing in this talent. What should we be teaching? What should we be mentoring these people into? And then also, what we can do better, how can we support this talent to go to the field and impact lives?
You know, as we look back to the 70 years and celebrate our achievements, we also have to look into the future to make sure that the future is as strong or even stronger. So there are several areas that we could look at into the future, but one of them is strengthening the methods that we use to generate evidence, particularly randomized control trials. Randomized control trials are a key design in the testing of both clinical and public health interventions. And we could improve this area in a number of ways. For example, capacity building, training more researchers, more scientists, so that we're able to continue conducting scientifically and ethically rigorous studies.
The story of the school is an exciting story. For me, it fills me with so much joy. Reflecting over the 70 years of the school and the stories that I have read, that shows a very, very impactful institution. The School of Public Health has done so much work, impacted so many people that have grown as students over the years, and many of us have grown up to be able to do a lot of work, both at national, regional level within Africa and at the global level.
As one of the students of the School of Public Health, I am very proud to be associated with Makerere School of Public Health. I draw a lot of strength, knowledge, and skills from the School of Public Health, and I am proud to say that the school has made me what I am today.
So the school has had so much impact on thousands of people that have gone through the corridors of this building and several other spaces where we have worked.
I, for one, Dr. Flavia Mpanga Kagwa, was a student at that school some time back when I was doing my medical degree training. And what a wealth of knowledge sits on that particular campus, with all the interconnectedness with both the south and the north.
I must say that the school did its best. Many districts up to now are benefiting from the products of the MPH program. Uganda, so far in the region, has more public health specialists or graduates at master's level than any country because of our program, the deliberate programs to address the problems in this country.
The School of Public Health is one of the excellence institution in Uganda, and I can be a real witness for that, because in our collaboration, the School of Public Health was able to provide us with expertise and evidence that would influence the policies we are implementing in Uganda.
For the last 20 years that I have been here at the school, I had a time when I was coordinating the MPH distance education program. And this program has made 20 years this year. And I'm honored, having had the opportunity to coordinate in the capacity of the academic and field coordinator for the last 11 years. And what can I say about this MPH distance program is that I've seen this grow over the years.
School of Public Health is one school in the university that has the highest visitation index and international networks that have brought the university's stature to the global limelight. And we want to thank the leadership in the School of Public Health.
The School of Public Health here is the largest training institution in this country as far as public health matters go. There's a lot of potential. And this country, Uganda, just like other developing countries or lower and middle income countries, but even high income countries, public health is of critical importance to the health of the people. Because it is cheaper to prevent diseases, and we should do that. Put great effort in prevention of disease, in promotion of good health, as opposed to the country putting a lot of resources into treating those who have become sick. Disease cannot be eradicated completely, but it can be reduced, it can be prevented.
We have deliberately trained, and it is on record. Ministry of Health and other countries will say epidemics in Uganda have been demystified. The Ebola outbreak, the COVID outbreak, Mpox, all these have been managed by graduates of the School of Public Health.
Personally, I've wished to thank the school for contributing to the training of people who we deploy in our epidemiology outbreaks, in the Fellowship of Field Epidemiology, who have contributed to the number of people who have been responding to our outbreaks. For instance, the Ebola outbreak, the malaria outbreaks, we've had the students and the fellows participating. And also we are excited to know that your continuous implementation science improves our programming as a ministry as we move from clinical research to public health research to implementation, then better programming. And then we are also able to measure the impact of our outputs and outbreaks.
So no wonder we can say and proudly say, and by the government to say that we are in charge of the health of our people as far as public health is concerned. And all this is because of the achievements of the School of Public Health.
We have decided to make the School of Public Health a standalone school, to have the status of the college. And we believe this should empower the school to do even more in research and community engagement than it has done before. Of course, I'm aware that the school, in partnership with the Karolinska Institute, have established the Center for Sustainable Health. This is a big innovation and a big initiative that is helping researchers to research on issues of how the environment affects the health of people and the health of animals. So I do believe that with the mandate, the new mandate of a standalone school, the School of Public Health is going to do even much more research, and particularly applied research, applying all the knowledge that we have, that we generate here at the university, to support our communities in order to keep the communities, to keep our country, and to keep people globally healthy.
So this is very exciting where the school is, but of course there is still room for growth, and we look forward to, even after 70 years, to see even additional growth.
Very excited to be celebrating with Makerere School of Public Health 70 years. And it's not just the number of years, but actually.
So this video will be available. It's online. Would like to cut it off for now, in interest of time. We still have a long program, and we are moving on to the partnerships, partners talks. We will have representing the U.S. government. We will have representatives from the Ministry of Health and from WHO. So for the U.S. government, on the program we had the ambassador, but the Deputy Chief of Mission, Mr. William Bent, U.S. Embassy, you're most welcome to make remarks on behalf of U.S. government. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. I know all protocols have been observed, but I do just want to send greetings to the Minister of State for the Ministry of Health, who I know is representing the Deputy Speaker, and all her colleagues who are here today from the government of Uganda. Also the representative for the